Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm back here with another one. This is going to be a continuation of that 10-part series that I wanted to do. I just want to bang it out and get it out of the way, guys, to be real with you. So, it's been a while since I did that. The past two videos I've made, or maybe even three, have been different ones, but I'm back to this topic, okay? We're going to get through it. This is video number 6 out of 10 on things that help me outside of the gym for when I am inside of the gym, okay? Whatever you do in life, it's just as applicable to anything else, you know. If you're getting better at something and you go to work, say you're getting better at your craft at work, you can also be working on it when you're not there. Much like kids, when we're kids and we go to school and they send us home with what? Homework, okay? And it's going to help you to advance in whatever you're doing like 2 to 3 times quicker and 2 to 3 times more efficiently. So if you want to take it very seriously, all these things can and should be implemented in some type of way, shape, or form in your life. So number 6 out of 10, what I wrote down here was learn about the human body, okay? Now, we already know, most of us already know a good amount about our human body. Maybe we know most of the body parts, but if you were to look into human anatomy or anything like that, you would see that there's a lot more to the surface. There's a lot more underneath everything else, okay? There's things that we don't know about yet, but they're there. They're at our fingertips. Like the day and age we live in today, we have computers. Like when I was a kid and computers started to come out, they were big blocks, like, you know what I mean? Then they came out with the flat screen ones, made it smaller. Now it's at the point where it literally is smaller. Like, ooh, oh, guess what? Handheld. Oh, okay. A little phone, right? Oh, that has the internet at high speeds and just right there, and everything's there, okay? So when I say learn about the human body, there's many different ways we can do that in today's day and age. I would recommend, the internet, or even books. Books are fine. That was our source before, and then before the books, everything was word of mouth. But that could get lost in translation over time if you've ever heard of a telephone game. So this is like a more structured, much better version in my opinion, So books, internet, YouTube, Google, not Wikipedia. Anybody can change things on Wikipedia, so you cannot be messing with that, okay? And if anything else seems questionable or sketchy or it just doesn't seem right to you, or feel free to question yourself, and especially feel free to question information that you see online. So if that's the case, then check your references, look into it a little more, see what's really out. There's a doctor out there on YouTube, Dr. Eric Berg. I started following him a few weeks ago, and he seems very knowledgeable in regards to what he talks about. Most of what he talks about is within the human body, quite obviously. But yeah, and then so you could do that or learn from others, teachers or etc., people who maybe have taken courses on such matters, or people who have similar interests to you. Like, maybe a bodybuilder or two. Talk to them, because they'll know a lot more than people who are trying to get into mixed martial arts or kickboxing. Like they know how much they have to eat and what they need to eat, and they just pack on this crazy amount of muscle. So they have to know not only what to eat, but what else? How is the body reacting and things like that? How do you get into that state of ketosis if you're really trying to lose the unnecessary fat, But anyways, so video 6, learn about the human body, okay? So I feel as though you can understand 3 things much better at the end of this. And in me, I'm writing this down, but this isn't one of the ones that I have complete. This isn't one of the ones that I'm like, I have down to a T, and now I'm sharing it with you. This is something that I just actually thought of quite recently, and now I'm going to pursue this. So learning about the human body, it can help you to understand 3 things if you're trying to apply it to combat sports, okay? Number 1, it will tell you how to hurt your opponent. Where do you go? The liver, the spleen. Now, we may know things like that, but where do you think I'm somebody with a similar body type as yours? So I'm like 6'3", 220 to 230, okay? Sometimes even more if I'm putting on a little fat. But you know what I mean? So if somebody is similar like that, especially in height, so now I'm thinking, okay, Well, if I know exactly where the liver is sitting and exactly how to come in at an angle to cause the most damage, I know that sounds really brutal and cutthroat, but if you're in a fight and it's close, and you use these tactics to win and to shut it out, and you pray that you don't really hurt your opponent too much, and you especially pray that your opponent doesn't hurt you too much. And it's a very nerve-wracking thing. I haven't done it yet. I've been training, I've been sparring, you know what I mean? I've been in the gym for 8 months. I practiced my techniques before I went to the gym because I didn't want to look like a complete newbie. So, yeah, things like that. But it will teach you, number one, it'll teach you how to hurt your opponent in a fight. Okay, human anatomy can help with that. Number two, it will teach you how to protect the weak spots that both of you have. It will teach you how to protect those weak spots against your opponent, okay, when your opponent's coming at you. So the tables are turned now, okay? This will help you with offense. This will help you with defense. Okay, number three, and it will help to teach you better how to eat clean. You know, it'll teach you such things as make sure you have all your vitamins, make sure your nutrients are good. You can do this by checking with your local PCP and asking for a complete blood count or something, a CBC, something like that. Now, I've done this a while back, but I'm pretty sure I'm deficient in vitamin D. I mean, look at how pale I am, man. I hate it. Like, whatever, you know, I don't care about skin color or anything like that. But what I care about is how pasty I look sometimes, you know? I'm in Massachusetts, and we go through these winters, man, and even this, when it transitions to the spring, or when it's fall transitioning to the winter, those months almost count like that, too. You don't get much sunlight. I don't get much sunlight, you know what I mean? And there's not much choice in the matter. But now when the good weather starts to come, I got to get out there, and I got to start using the other things at Planet Fitness, like the recovery machines, and also tanning again, you know? And I just learned that, you know, if you tan all the time but you're not getting any sunlight, it's not going to really help. It makes like a minuscule difference unless you blast it and get that fake tan going. But the whole idea of the tanning booths and the tanning beds at Planet Fitness are for you to also be getting 20 plus minutes of sunlight a day. You know what I mean? So anyways, there's that. So understanding human anatomy, you know, this will help you to understand the physical body in all of its ordeals, you know. Many things you can get into, like metabolic rates and potential adjustments that you would have to make in order to, you know, bring it up or down and get it balanced the way it should. So always check for those things, you know, just go to appointments, go to doctors, go to your dentist. You know, I need to go to my dentist. I have a chipped tooth on my top left and my bottom right, and I've had them fixed like 3 times already, so I'm going to have them fixed again. But what happens is eventually, like, I bite down on something hard, or like I'm clenching my teeth, or I'm mad, or they just randomly falls out, because it's almost like when they do a filling, but they're not. They're taking this thing and they're just packing it in until then they make it even, and it's just part of your tooth. And so, but it stinks. The chips aren't that bad and aren't that noticeable unless it's up close or I make a weird face. So that's fine, but I'm super self-conscious about that. I'm super self-conscious about the little balding that I have back here, but hey, I got a hat in this one, so I'm all good. But anyways, so there, understanding human anatomy. Now that's the physical body. We've talked about that. I am also trying to tell you, we said human body, like in general. We didn't say human anatomy in the title, okay? So yeah, understanding the human anatomy, the physical body, also understanding the human mind mentally. So physically, this is going to help you in fighting and competition, and mentally. Mental is huge. I don't know what you heard or what you think. Yeah, training and technique and toughness and grit and cardio and trying to keep that lactic acid to a minimum. You know, the overbearing muscles don't necessarily always help you in a sport like that. But anyways, the mind, it's mental. A lot of it is mental. You know, you go in there, you know what you can do in sparring, and you know what you can do in the gym with your buddies, but it's going to be totally different that day that I step out there. You know what I mean? The nerves are going to come over me and everything. How to deal with that, I don't know. I'm going to work on it, okay? And but there you go, physically and mentally. And you also learn how to sync both of them together, how to synchronize both of them together in order to use your whole body, including your mind, to the best of your ability. All right? This last little part, so build your body and master your mind. Yes, build your body, BB, master your mind, MM. Yeah, I know, alliteration is added again. I can't help it sometimes. I was going to say build your body and sharpen your mind, but then I thought, oh, BB, let me do something different. Master your mind. I like that. Both of them are good. This will help you as a competitor and as an athlete. Mess with me again. The video messed up again. Dude, I've been on such a roll not having to put these together and put that Power Directors thing on the bottom right because I do it all in one take. And then it said, oh, power saving mode is activated. It's going to be on now. Would you like to continue? Yeah, I would like to continue. How about you ask if I'd like to quit and keep running it? How about you do it that way, please? Por favor. Anyways, back into it. As I was saying, this will help you as a competitor and as an athlete, okay? It will take your body and your mind to the next level. I need you to realize this funny saying. It's not funny. It's funny because it's so cliche. They say, knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. In this case, it literally is. Knowledge is literally power. It's going to transfer. It's going to translate, and it's going to help you a lot in the end. That's all I got for these cards, so there they go. But anyways, like I was saying, just focus on these things that can make you better in life. And if you think deep enough or you think long enough, you're going to find more than just 3 or 4 ways or several ways. You're going to find countless ways. And even when you reach that point where you're like, okay, well, for instance, when I'm done with this 10-part series, I guarantee you there's another 5, 10, 20 things that we can work on. We can always expand our mind, and we can always better our body. Okay? So, I think the most important thing for me is literally trying to just spread positivity on a platform like this or on any platform. We may not be hanging out in person right now. We probably don't know each other from a hole in the wall, but it's funny because you can develop these connections with people who you've never met and maybe you never will meet but like regardless, I've watched a lot of YouTube. I got into it maybe in 2013. And at first it was for the shock value videos, like oh my god, all these crazy stuff. And then like 2 years into it, I started to not like YouTube that much. Then I found that there's plenty of YouTubers out there who are a lot more down to earth. They're not over the top. They're not extra. They're not so like super extra, and they're just kind of themselves. But they also convey a very positive and outgoing message. Now, this is the type of content that I want to carry. I want to be able to inspire people. Now, not every video is going to be like that. Me being like, oh, stand your ground, gentlemen. Oh, do this for liberty. Or like trying to pump people up. That's not what it's going to be. Maybe a couple of them here and there. But I just hope that you guys can draw inspiration from my stories. Maybe my ugly past. Maybe my pretty present, and maybe my fantastic future. So corny, but for real, you know what I mean. I'm just trying to spread positivity and help people because people have helped me my whole life. Throughout my whole life, when I felt like I was alone, there would be somebody. If I just reached my hand out in the dark, somebody would pull me by the finger, pull me by the hand, pull me by the wrist, pull me by the arm, and they would just pull me out of that darkness. You know what I mean? So if you have even one person like that in your life, tell them you love them today. And just let them know that you appreciate them, because as positive as they might be in your life, maybe they're struggling and maybe they don't have somebody to do what they do for others. So just think about those things a little bit, I hope you're all doing great. I'll see you guys shortly in the next video. So until next time, stay safe, be blessed, and live lavishly. Peace, guys. Love y'all. I said love y'all. Oh, here we go.